This is going to be one of the best investments of 2026. I'm not a big believer in gold, but it seems like gold is going to become one of the best performing assets of 2026. How do I know that? Well, that's exactly what I will explain in this video. Gold prices have already doubled this year, and it seems like there is no way that gold prices will continue rising. But based on all indicators, it seems like gold is going to cross $10,000 next year. So if you want to know why and how, listen very carefully to this video. If you have not been living under the rock, you know that Donald Trump plans to invade Venezuela. And Venezuela is the key to bringing manufacturing back to the United States. And I know that at first glance it seems like what Venezuela has to do with bringing jobs back to the United States and bringing manufacturing back to the United States. When Donald Trump was campaigning for office, he made it clear that drill, baby, drill. He wants to increase the supply of energy in the market so that he can bring down oil prices, and low oil prices will help the United States to solve a few fundamental problems. First of all, manufacturing will become cheaper in the United States. Secondly, he will bring down inflation in the US. Now, if you look around, everything is connected to oil. When a factory builds and manufactures something in China and ships them to the United States, there is a lot of delivery. There is a lot of oil involved. First of all, the ship that brings that thing from China runs on oil. The vans, the vehicles, for it to get to your doorstep is run on oil. So if you can bring down the cost of oil, you will bring down inflation across the United States. And low inflation means that the Federal Reserve will be able to lower interest rates to 2%, 1.5%, which will grow the US GDP. But the real question is, drill what? The United States is the largest oil producer in the world. It produces far more than Saudi Arabia, Russia, Canada, China, you name it. So the United States simply does not even has the capacity to produce more oil. So if you can't increase the supply of oil, how are you supposed to bring down oil prices? Currently, oil prices are at about $56 per barrel. So if you want to bring that number below 40 or maybe even below 30, you have to massively increase the supply of oil. But there is one problem with the US oil. United States has a lot of oil, but most of that oil is light oil. However, most of the refineries in the US are made for heavy oil. When you extract oil from the ground, you cannot possibly use it. It must be refined. And there are refineries for light oil and refineries for heavy oil. Since the United States back in 1950s and 60s was extracting a lot of heavy oil, most of the US oil companies invested to build refineries for heavy oil. Today the US has a lot of light oil, so all of those refineries are useless. And building new refineries is extremely challenging and expensive. They will pay off in the next 30 to 40 years. Do you think those oil companies are ready to take that risk? Well, of course not. And that's why the United States exports most of its light oil to other countries that can refine them and imports a lot of oil from Canada because Canada has a lot of heavy oil. Now you know why the United States, even though that it has so much oil, it still imports oil from Canada. And that's where Venezuela comes into the picture. What kind of oil do you think Venezuela has? Exactly, heavy oil. So, by accessing the oil in Venezuela, the United States will guarantee its access to oil for decades to come. And that's why it's extremely important to turn Venezuela into a pro-American country. The problem with Venezuela is that Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, far more than the United States. But it exports very little oil, about $4 billion, because Venezuela has been under international sanctions since at least 2019. So its oil is not hitting the global markets, which is why there isn't enough oil in the world, which is why oil prices are so high. So if you can get Venezuelan oil back into the market, suddenly you will increase the supply of oil and oil prices are going to tank. But there is one country that is massively benefiting out of these sanctions, and that's China. Because the US and the EU are not buying the Venezuelan oil, China is like, Venezuela, do you want to sell your oil? We can buy it for under the market price. So China is enjoying very cheap oil prices. So by turning Venezuela into a pro-American country, suddenly China will no longer get access to this cheap oil and the United States will get the exact oil that it needs. But wait a second. Why can't we simply lift the sanctions out of Venezuela? That's a good question, right? Unfortunately, even if you do that, the US companies are not going back to Venezuela. Back in 1960s and 70s, Venezuela was a very great friend of the United States. So American companies went to Venezuela and built the entire oil infrastructure, spending hundreds of billions of dollars. And then Chavez becomes the president of Venezuela and he nationalizes oil companies. So American oil companies are very skeptical when it comes to Venezuela. They're like, we are going to come back only if there is going to be a regime change. And that's why the United States is preparing to get to war with Venezuela. But there is one problem with war. A war is chaos. You never know how that war is going to end, or any war whatsoever. Whenever there is a chaos in the United States, be it a financial problem or a political problem, gold prices always rise. When the United States invaded Iraq, gold prices rose. When the 2008 financial crisis happened, gold prices rose. In 2020, when the pandemic happened, gold prices rose. And the main reason why oil prices, or gold prices in this case, are growing so fast recently is because the global world order is changing. We're moving away from a world where the United States is the only superpower, and we're moving into a multipolar world. And that's why the confidence in the US dollar is shaking and investors are selling their US dollars, which is why gold prices are rising so fast. So the longer the war with Venezuela is going to last, the higher gold prices are going to continue rising. So if gold prices doubled in 2025 when there wasn't a major war, the only war that Trump took was with Iran, and that was like a 7-day war. In 7 days, they just attacked Iran and that was the end. If anything close like that is going to happen with Venezuela and that war slightly gets out of control and it lasts, let's say, a few months, there is a good probability that gold prices will cross $10,000 by the end of the next year. But my prediction, it's anything between $6,000 to $10,000 at the high end. The second reason is that the Fed starts quantitative easing already. Quantitative easing is basically the Federal Reserve just printing $40 billion monthly. So ask yourself a very simple question. How does something becomes devalued? When you increase of supply of anything, be it a US dollar or an oil, its price and its value is going to drop. So if the Fed will continue quantitative easing and printing $40 billion monthly, then you know that the dollar will lose its value. And because gold by itself does not produce anything, but it preserves wealth, the price of the gold is going to continue rising. And the Fed did not even mention a time frame for the quantitative easing. It could last for 6 months, for 18 months, for 2 years, who knows? If it lasts, for example, for at least 6 months, then that is an extra $240 billion of US dollars created and thrown into the economy. If it lasts for 12 months, that's almost $500 billion. This reason is enough to assume that gold prices will continue rising moving forward to 2025. But if an invasion is going to happen, then the likelihood of the Fed buying US treasuries far more than $40 billion is extremely high. Now, the reason that the Fed does that is because it wants to maintain reasonable interest rates for the US government to maintain its debt. But imagine there is an invasion tomorrow, investors panic and they start selling their treasuries. The Fed will be forced to buy far more than $40 billion in US treasuries. That is a direct increase in the supply of money, which means that gold is going to rise way more than that. So gold is going to be one of the best investments of 2026. There is a good probability that gold prices will cross $10,000. But a lot of people don't know how to invest in gold. I mean, going and buying gold bars and keeping it in your house, is not safe. Let's be honest. You can get robbed and you won't even feel safe in your house knowing how much gold you have in your house. So if you want to know how to invest in gold without buying the real gold itself, then I have shared a guide on the community page. I've created, by the way, a private community group where I will be sharing investing tips and advices. And I have created a full investing course that you can access for free. The community is going to become paid, so you can access it now before it becomes paid. And you will find out how you can invest in gold without actually buying the physical gold. I will also be sharing my investing strategy moving forward to 2026. So if you want to access all of that, check out the first link in the description of this video.